In 1983, Christine hit the big screen, based on a Stephen King novel and directed by horror icon John Carpenter. The movie was set to become a big hit. It didn't quite do that, but has since become a cult classic and embraced by both Stephen King and John Carpenter fans. Join me in this episode of Beyond Graves and Stars, the horror and sci-fi podcast, as I look back on the movie with my guest and longtime friend, Leigh Rumsby. He's a fan of both King's novels and some of the adaptations. I'm a fan of horror in general, and we're going to take a look back and see whether it stands the test of time. This is part of the Stephen King adaptation mini-series I'm doing throughout this year, as it's the 50th anniversary of the release of the first Stephen King adaptation, Carrie.
She is seductive. She is passionate. She is possessive. She is pure evil. She is Christine, a 1958 Plymouth Fury, possessed by hell. Her previous owner is not alive to warn her present one. Once she lures you behind the wheel, you will be hers, body and soul. There is no place you can hide, no place you can run, and nothing you can do can stop her. Because how do you kill something that can't possibly be alive? Christine, body by Plymouth, soul by Satan.
Leigh, thank you very much for joining me.
That's very welcome. I'm very pleased to be back. Hopefully your listeners won't suddenly switch off and go, oh my God, that's that guy that did Nightmare on Elm Street Part 2. He was rubbish.
No, I'm sure both our listeners won't. So it's good to have you back. And you're a big Stephen King fan, yeah?
Yeah, I do. I love his books. To be fair, well, I haven't read any of the later ones, to be fair, but when I was a kid in the 80s, I was like always into the charity shops or car boot sales and trying to find the classics, as I might say. So I'm a big fan. Yeah.
Excellent. You were saying before we recorded this is the one you probably read the most?
Yeah, absolutely. Christine is probably the one I've read the most. Maybe Salem's Lot I've read equally, and The Shining. That's those three I've read. Must be 4 times a piece. So
three of the big ones as well. And this movie, we're focusing on the movie, but it's good because I've not read it, so you can do the comparisons with the book. This was kind of made off the success still of things like the Carrie was only 7 years before. The Salem's Lot TV thing was big. Shining wasn't such a hit, but critically acclaimed, and is now a big one.
Yes,
isn't it?
Yeah. Absolutely.
So it was kind of prime Stephen King. And it's directed by John Carpenter, and this is off the back of a couple of flops he had, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, it's just, 1 year after The Thing?
Yeah, and that's another one what's gone on to be a cult classic, really.
Absolutely,
isn't it?
in my top 5 films of all time.
There we go. You're a big Carpenter fan then, yeah?
Yes, yeah, absolutely, yeah.
Yeah, I'm just seeing, because he had a cut, because obviously Halloween was a big film, and that sort of set him off. And then Escape from New York wasn't big, was it, at the time?
No. The Fog, to be fair.
All the Fog. So this was... Let's get a commercial movie out.
Yeah.
And we'll tackle this now. It didn't bomb, but it wasn't a big hit.
No, I think if I remember correctly, the budget was 10 million.
10 million, it made 21.
So, it got it recouped and with some change.
Yeah, but it wasn't what they wanted. And also, I mean, it got fair to good reviews. It didn't blow people away at the time.
No,
But it's certainly another one that stood the test of time well.
absolutely. I think I love it, and in many ways I like it better than the book. And yeah, I mean, it's just there's a lot to unpack.
Yeah.
But well, I'm sure we'll get through it.
Yeah, shall we sort of just do this a different way than what I've done in the past? Sort of go through the plot and talk about it. Because it opens with, in 1957, there's a scene of the car, Christine,
Yep.
on kind of the factory line.
Yep.
And the bonnet closes on a guy's arm.
Yep.
He's taken out, like, my arms hurt and all. And then a guy goes into the car and is taken out. Is he dead because he's suffocated?
Yeah, I mean, it's sort of like it's like some sort of temptation thing, isn't it? Because yeah, I'm going to go off on a tangent factoid here.
Do it.
Right, when you see the production line of all the Plymouth Furies coming down, when they manufactured the Plymouth Fury in that year, there was only one. They only offered it in one colour, which is the one that you see most of them.
Yeah.
But obviously, she sticks out because she's like this candy apple red, and he's like, ooh, I'm going to go and sit in her, you know.
Yeah.
Well, it's good. And he makes the fatal error. He flicks his cigar ash on the seat, and that's the last you see of him until everyone's knocked off.
Yeah.
And Foreman can see that there's music. I think it's music. Yes, there is. It's music playing out of the car. Obviously, he goes over to have a look. Cigar man, he's dead.
Yeah.
Now, it doesn't really say how he died.
No.
But I've got, you know.
Yeah, I assume because of what happens later in the film, he's suffocated.
Yeah.
And that's the first sort of toolish behaviour in the film, as I like to say, him with the cigar.
Yeah.
There's a lot of stupid behaviour in this film.
Yeah.
By various people, but that reflects life. Nothing to mention throughout this is music. It opens with Bad to the Bone, which is now really more well known for Terminator 2, isn't it?
Absolutely.
But it really works.
Yeah.
And then at the end of that scene, Christine playing through the radio. Is it not Fade Away?
Yeah, it's a cover of it. Is it Tanya Tucker? I think it's
because it's an old version. I don't know if it's the original. And then when it flicks forward to 73, when most of this film is set, or the rest of the film is set, it's a cover version of that.
Sorry, yeah, it's the Tanya Tucker version that's playing in modern times.
So that's a nice sort of fade in, and it's set in 78, even though made in 83. So set 5 years before.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I will have research when I do the intro to this, which I haven't done yet, when the book came out. I don't know if the book came out in 78.
Oh, man, you stumped me there.
Yeah. Shall I just have a look now?
I've read it many times, but I don't think I've read the publishing.
So that's my theory on it anyway. And then we cut to... we meet the antagonist of the... I'm trying to find out when it was published. No, it was published in 83. The same year.
Ah,
that's interesting.
So he set it. I believe it is set in 78.
Yeah,
I think.
Yeah. So that's cool. Yeah, because the book came out in April and the film came out in December. That's really quick.
That's a speedy script, right?
Yeah, it sounds like it's the book of the film, doesn't it? Yeah. So we cut to 78, and we meet Arnie, who is leaving his house to go out with his friend, or to go somewhere with his friend Dennis. Archie. Is it Archie or Arnie?
Arnie.
Because I've written Archie, but I know it's Arnie. I don't know. I've done my notes at 2 a.m, guys. And he's very Revenge of the Nerds, isn't he? Glasses, falling over the place, dropping his books.
Oh, he's such a... Yeah, as soon as you see him, you think, oh, that is... What would the Americans call him? He's like the ultimate Poindexter.
Poindexter, yes. Which is a character in Revenge of the Nerds, his name, isn't it? Or nickname as well. And it reminded me of that. And Revenge of the Nerds was around this time, I think the next year. And it's that look. And he's friends with a kind of a jock, Dennis.
Oh, yeah, he's a super jock, isn't he?
Yeah.
Like...
But the name Dennis for a jock doesn't really work for me. But and then we have a conversation with them. They're talking about girls. Now it comes across as quite misogynistic, I'd say, the language they're saying.
You know, it's like...
But that's teenage boys, and it reflects that, especially in 1978. So I wouldn't put that as a negative for the film.
No.
I think, and it's quite clever, actually, setting it a little bit before, even then, because times change, and you can say that,
Yeah.
I will add as well that if you hear a squeaky noise, we're recording in my flat and there's a pub sign outside, so I'll just get that out of the way in case people can hear that. And I'm not editing it out because that's really hard work and I don't know how to do it. So there's them talking about girls, and that's a big factor in the film with relationships.
Mm-hmm.
So then we get to the school, and Arnie is set upon by a group of bullies.
Yes.
And they call him a rude word. His surname's Cunningham. It's like that with a C word. I won't say it here. Which, when I first saw this movie properly, I saw a TV edit when I was a kid, and that wasn't in it. The language shocks me for when it was made.
Yeah.
And from what I've heard since, they wanted this in America to be an R-rated film. So they deliberately put a lot of foul language in it.
Absolutely. That was, I think that's what they pushed for, because as we'll go along, which will become evident that it's got violence in it, but it's not a gory film. So to get it ramped up a bit, you can drop some fruity language in there at every opportunity.
Yeah. And by today's standards, I mean, it's still an 18. I've got a fairly recent Blu-ray of it. When I saw it in the cinema last year, I'm not sure. I think it might have gone down to a 15. They showed it at King Street in Ipswich on Halloween for its... It must have been a couple of years ago, because I reckon it would have been for its 40th anniversary. Yeah. So anyway, I think it would be, if there was no bad language, I think it would be a 12 or PG-13 by today's standards.
Oh yeah, it would definitely, definitely be a PG-13.
Yeah. So these bullies, one of which looks like a 30-year-old John Travolta. I have to point that out straight away.
Oh, absolutely. He's like the old. He's like the oldest. He makes even the guys from Greece look like teenagers.
Yeah, and it really does remind me of John Travolta with a bigger hair.
Yeah, John Travolta mixed with Roger Daltrey.
Yes, I think when I was a kid as well, I thought it was John Travolta. I remember that. So that they set upon Arnie. Dennis protects them, gets into a fight. For some reason, one of the bullies just grabs him in the in the man parts, in the smalls.
He goes right for the sack. Then straight away. That's thought when I was a kid, I saw that and I thought, that's not cricket.
Yeah, that's weird.
And also, there's a weird overtone there somewhere.
Yeah, but stands out though. Remember that?
Oh yeah, it does stand out.
I remember thinking, then the teacher shows up and kind of diffuses it, even though back then I'm sure teachers would have been a lot harsher for the way there's knives out in this fight and everything, isn't there?
Yeah, he's got a switchblade because he takes to Arnie's lunch bag with it.
Yeah,
and obviously there's yogurt in there, and it makes an awful mess. Yeah. And he steps on his glasses.
Yeah, he's just horrible.
He's a nasty person, is Buddy Repperton.
I hope he gets his comeuppance.
Foreshadowing.
Yes.
Foreshadowing.
So then afterwards, on the way home from school, they pass a junkyard where Arnie sees Christine, a battered up Christine in a junkyard.
Yeah, he makes him go back for it because he just so overwhelmed. It's like, why do you want to go? Why do you want me to back the car up? It's like. And he's so livid that he wants to go back. Yeah. And they see this, it's a wreck, basically.
Yeah. And straight away you can tell that he's in love with the car.
Oh, absolutely.
It's love at first sight.
Instantaneous.
And there's a creepy guy working at the junkyard who sells it to him, basically. Sells it to him cheaper for the asking price. And he mentions that it was his brother's who has died.
Yes.
And his brother loved that car. We'll hear more about that later. But yeah, he sells it to him for cheap. And then they get home, and his dad and mum are angry at him for buying the car without consulting them. And he's only 17, mind. So, and then he drops the F-bomb at his parents, which is the start of his rebellious, angry, prickish behaviour.
Absolutely. He's only had the car 5 minutes and became a right douche. Yeah,
so they won't let him keep the car at the house because they don't want him to. They're horrible.
And it really wrecks the look of the suburban neighbourhood, doesn't it?
Exactly. So he keeps the car at a garage where he ends up actually working there so he can fix the car up and use the parts. And he works there so he can fix Christine up. And while all this is going on, we find out there's lots of high school scenes. Mm-hmm. And Dennis really fancies, Alexandra Paul, who plays Leigh, from pre-Baywatch.
Oh yeah, very much so. In fact, I totally didn't click for many years that it was her.
Yeah.
You know, so
Yeah, and she was a few years later in The Awesome Dragnet with
Yep.
Dan Aykroyd and
That's
Tom
right.
Hanks. And now she's back in the news, actually. Have you seen this?
no,
She got arrested for basically breaking out beagles that were being experimented on. She's an animal rights activist.
all right,
And
okay.
and it's not the first time she's been arrested for this.
Well,
Good on her. I love a beagle. And and a lot of people are saying, oh, well, she can afford to get arrested because she's. I doubt she's rich. You know, I seriously do. But so what? She's doing something. It's her beliefs. It's
Yep.
animal rights. Good on her.
I had no idea of that.
Yeah, I read that recently. So where am I in the plot? So Dennis asks her out. She says no. She's got another date. Then later on, Dennis, who's a footballer, is while having a match, he spots her with Arnie making out at the side of the pitch.
Yep.
And be distracted, then gets injured.
He gets totally taken out and
Yeah.
he's like basically put in traction with, you know,
Yeah.
lucky escape, you know.
Yeah.
I do like the fact that he, I don't know, he's so intent on the fact that he's trying, I don't know, is he more bothered about him going out with a girl, or is he more bothered about he didn't, you know, he's not really watching him play football?
Yeah, it's weird. And also, is it Leigh he's attracted to, or is it Arnie?
Well, I always thought there was a little bit of a homoeroticism
Yeah,
there, but
little
then
bit.
you know, he's had to carry this kid. I get the impression they've been friends since they were in nappies,
Yeah,
and
so-
he's basically had to like protect this kid for
Yeah.
like.
It's a bit like, you know, some of the characters from Stand By Me a few years later, isn't it?
Yes.
But while this scene's going on, some of the bullies are there.
Mm-hmm.
Travolta's there.
Yep.
And I noticed that one of them is the guy from... Do you know the film Ghostbusters well?
Yeah.
You know the scene at the beginning?
Yeah.
where-
The psychic test with the buzz up.
yeah, it's the guy.
Yes,
It's,
that is.
And
Yes.
that was made a year later. He looks exactly the same, maybe a bit smaller hair. But the actress in that, Jennifer, someone died recently, and so I've seen lots of these clips online.
Yes. Yeah.
And that I was like, yeah, that's him.
That is him.
That's Shock Boy from Ghostbusters.
He's the one that gets. He's the one that gets cucked.
Yeah. So yeah, and that's all happened, and he's injured. And one thing I noticed, and it could be because the bullies broke them, but since he's got Christine, he's no longer got his glasses, and therefore, in the world of movies, he is not a nerd anymore.
That is correct.
And he has pulled a lady, so to speak, and she loves him. She loves a bit of the old Arnie.
Yeah.
Which I struggle with because he just acts a prick from now on. You know, there's a few, even at the beginning of the film, you feel sorry for him. He's nerdy, he's bullied, but he already they're talking the conversation in the car. They're talking about girls for him, and he already thinks he's better than some of them, and he wouldn't.
Oh yeah.
So,
yeah.
there's a hint that he's a bit of a fool, so to speak. Early on.
It refers to, what was it, Dennis trying to set him up with, what was it, Gail Justin? And he's like, just, what, Gail Justin case? I don't like her moustache.
Yeah, So he's not great to start with, but you can feel a bit sorry for him because the bullies are harsh on him.
And his parents are really harsh on him.
Yeah.
Because they want him to do the chess club.
Yeah.
They're annoyed because he's dropped out of real school and he's still at what the Americans call shop.
Yeah.
That's where that's where the bullies are in the workshop. So he's doing mechanic stuff when they really think that he should be doing something like, you know, a bit more academic.
Yeah, and if you want to know anything about shop, Breakfast Club taught us that it's not that easy.
No.
Because what was the character, Michael Anthony Hall's character, Brian Johnson, because it's the AC/DC singer name, that's what I remember, takes shop, fails, doesn't end well. So I would never take shop. I'd probably just do art and stuff and fail that.
There you go. There's some career advice there, kids.
Yes. So later on, there's a date with Leigh and Arnie.
Yep.
Raining. It's loads of rain. They're at a drive-in, and we find out that Leigh is jealous of Christine, and vice versa. This is a bit of a weird scene.
Yes, it is.
And Christine kind of turns on Leigh.
Well, she's got this car has a habit of being petulant in one way because they're having a good old handsy ding dong in the whilst not watching the film.
Yeah.
And suddenly the engine cuts out.
Yes. Jealous Christine.
Yes. So he has to get out because the window wipers got stuck and it's peeing down, so they can't see the film, even though they weren't watching it anyway because they're more interested in each other.
Yeah.
And he has to get out and try and fix it. Meanwhile, Leigh takes upon herself to she's hangry now.
Yeah.
And she's a bit flustered, so she thinks, well, the best thing I can do is eat this hamburger that's on the front of the dashboard.
Yeah.
That's probably the worst thing you could probably do.
Yes.
When the car's in a pissy... Oh,
yes.
A pee mood.
Yes. And, it all ends badly.
Oh, dear, she has a massive choking fit.
Yeah. And it's kind of the first time we see Arnie lose his shiz, so to speak.
Absolutely.
And while it's all going on, a nice little bystander comes to interrupt what's going on. And it really reminded me of Back to the Future, because he literally says, "Get your goddamn hands off her," which is the exact same line as McFly.
Yeah.
So they all calm down, they sort it out, he gets her home, but there's drama has happened, hasn't it?
Oh yeah, and he's still very much in D-head mode.
Yeah, and to emphasise even more how dramatic and dark this is, my notes say much rain. There's even more rain.
Yeah.
So he takes Christine back to the garage, goes off home, but the bullies break in and smash the heck out of Christine.
Yeah, they do a total number on that joke. I mean, it's not a small keying, is it?
No, no, it's destroyed. And at one point, I'm going to keep saying it, Travolta gets on top of the car, and I just kept thinking Grease Lightning. Again.
You know, I never thought that, but now, whenever I watch that scene, I'm going to think it's going to break.
Yeah. I deliberately didn't even make a note of Travolta's character's name, because I'm going to keep calling him Travolta. So the next morning, Leigh and Arnie meet up there to find the smashed up Christine, and once again, Arnie has a complete fit, takes out on Leigh a bit, doesn't he?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's just, yeah. His prize girl's been smashed up. Yeah. And, he has a right hold go at her.
Then it cuts to a scene where he's having a meal with his mum and dad, and he's continually acting a prick again. They have a go at him, and then they even offer to buy him a new car.
Yeah, and he just tells him to F off.
Yeah, he F's the dad again, gets his dad by the throat as well. I don't like him. He's a meanie. Yeah. So anyway, cut to a scene where Christine is fixing herself, so to speak. There's some really creepy music that sounds a bit Twin Peaks as well.
Yeah, it's
good effects in this bit.
It's a track called Harlem Nocturne.
Okay. So
it's a really good instrumental. Yeah.
And that's a really well made scene, I think.
Absolutely. Yeah. I believe the special effects guys had to make a mould of the car, the engine block, and so it would collapse in on itself easily. Yeah. And when it was filmed, I believe, doing my research, that it's basically backwards. So when you see it, it's like comes back out. It's filmed in reverse.
Okay.
So and I love that shot you just get of when the camera comes down between Arnie's legs. It's like something out of always reminds me of a western. Yeah. When it comes down and you can see Christine in the background and he's got his archway of his legs, and then he basically show me what you can do, and it comes to life.
Yeah, it looks great. Music's brilliant. This is classic John Carpenter, really. This bit. And then it cuts to another scene. It goes, I think it's straight after this, where we meet the bully Moochie, who's been dropped off. Mm-hmm. And then it kind of turns into a slasher movie, doesn't it?
Yes.
Christine is stalking him, chases him. And my notes here is, chases the tubby fella backed into a corner. Splat.
Well, yeah. I mean, she basically completely crushes him in half. Well, turns out later that he is cut in half. Yeah.
And crushes herself as well. The car, more damage to the car. Yep. But this emphasises that now she can fix herself, because when we next see her, the car's fine again.
I just love that. I just love what he says when he sees the car just idling with no, and he's like, "Is that you, Cunningham?" And he's like, "Hey, you ain't mad, are you?" It's like,
I think he is.
No, not really.
Then after that, Dennis decides to be Arnie decides to visit Dennis again in the hospital, drinking beer in front of him.
No, he's a total rev now.
Yeah, and he hasn't visited him for a while. He doesn't really care, but he's there just probably to gloat about things and talk about himself. He's rude to him, then sort of buggers off. And then we meet Harry Dean Stanton, is it?
Yeah, it's a surprise addition to the cast, wasn't it? So it was like, oh my god, it's a guy from Alien.
Yeah. And he's I'll put it here, appears as police dude who's proper on to Arnie.
Yes, he appears as Detective Rudolph Junkins.
Yeah, and he goes through everything what's happened and basically says, look, we know, yeah, you're connected, mate. And Arnie's very rude to him and once again acts, my note, little prick.
Well, yeah.
And then he goes off and has another hissy fit at Leigh on the phone. And just acts a bit of an idiot in between all this what's going on. And then back to being a slasher movie because Christine now goes for, as the notes say, Ghostbusters and Travolta are next.
This is probably one of the best. This is probably one of the best sequences in the entire film. You know, I love it. It's just this sort of like chase. It's almost like Duel. Yes. In a way it's done. I mean, all you see for the most part is her full beams in the rearview mirror of their Camaro. And obviously they're getting a bit pissed, you know.
Yeah.
So, slams on the brakes, tries to, like, they get rear-ended, and it basically copies every move they make.
Yeah.
So, it's like, then you get to the petrol station.
Yes. Where, takes out the car.
Yep.
Takes out Ghostbusters.
Yep.
Bang! Explosion.
Takes out the other guy who's working.
Oh yeah, the guy works there. That's true. Yeah.
He's toast.
Yeah, and then we've got goes up in a flame, chases Travolta while Christine is on fire.
Yep.
She chases Travolta,
and he obviously gets. I always wonder when I was I love it. I love the effects of that when he gets run over and it's a burning body laying on the floor. Yeah. I always thought that looked really cool. But I also wondered why he didn't suddenly just run off to change direction. Yeah, because he keeps running straight and it's getting closer and closer up behind him. You'd have thought he might have just like scooted to the right or something. Yeah. Made some sort of stand.
Yeah. But no, just go and then. While on fire, Christine runs right over him.
Yep.
As if to say, that's for staying alive. Yeah, flipper.
And Michael.
Yeah. My note says that. It says, that's for staying alive and Michael. Look, there we go.
I did not see that, by the way.
Did you?
No, I didn't see your notes.
No. I did see Michael, and I wish I hadn't. So we're back to the garage, and Christine's all smoky, coming down from her fire. The owner's there, gets mad at Christine.
Yeah.
Running back with a gun, thinking there's someone in there. Then sees Christine, and then the idiot gets in Christine.
Well, yeah, why would you do that?
No.
I mean, you've already had to open the door handle with a wet rag because you've just burnt yourself on the handle.
Yeah.
Why would you ever think, well, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to get in here and sit in it.
Yeah. But that's probably the people falling for Christine.
It's the same guy as the start. It's like the guy at the start.
Yeah. So he gets in and then sits in the front seat. Front seat goes forward, and he is crushed.
Oh yeah, I love that bit. It's just like, and I love the fact that she plays the song on the radio, Boney Maroney.
Yeah.
I got a girl named Boney Maroney, and he's going to be stick of macaroni because that completely crushes him against the dashboard and wheel and steering wheel, and that's the end of Will Darnell, who has some. He was a pretty good character, actually. He had some good lines, most of which I can't repeat on this podcast because they're a bit sweary.
Earlier on in the film, as well, I forgot to mention, he tells a little story about someone being obsessed with a car like that.
Yes.
Which we assume is that car.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Yeah.
He said, I knew a guy had a car like that once.
Yeah. I should have mentioned it, but yeah, he does. And then, anyway, so we cut to the next day, and Dean's back, Policeman Dean, and he's basically there to nick Arnie, and for good reason. Because they found his boss dead.
Yep.
All the people who they suspect destroyed Christine are dead. And once again, Arnie's a tool about it, rude to him. And you'd think that he'd be a bit nicer considering all the fingers pointing.
Well, as I say, there's a lot of red arrows pointing at your non-bespectacled face now.
Yeah. But they haven't got any hard evidence, so they don't arrest him, do they? So then it cuts to Leigh and Dennis have decided to put their heads together through worrying about Arnie and solve the case, basically. They become the
Yeah, they're basically it's like the dynamic duo are suddenly there.
They team up, and it looks like kind of they both care about him. But I think that Dennis has decided he doesn't love Arnie; he loves Leigh, and he's basically trying to. Yeah,
so it's male hormones again, man.
Yeah, that's almost the theme of this film, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. And also, I've always wondered if are they even more intent on helping Arnie, or are they just more intent on getting rid of the car?
Yes, that's very true. So we get that they've concocted a plan, don't we?
Yeah.
And it cuts to Arnie picks up Dennis to go somewhere, I forget where.
New Year's Eve, I think.
That's it, New Year's Eve, the traditional thing he usually does with the family. They mention that, don't they? And once again, Arnie's really rude to him, and he's literally drinking and driving as well.
Yeah, absolutely.
And he has another psycho rant about how much he loves Christine, and that just emphasises that basically Dennis is out, isn't he, out of hospital, and that Arnie is still being a complete fool. Next day, Dennis scratches a message on Christine right on the bonnet.
Right on the bonnet with a screwdriver. I mean, that is that's probably one of the dumbest things you could do if you've been paying attention this long.
He's a brave mofo, as another one of my notes. But he does that during the day. It's bright, so Christine isn't going to do it in public. Even though it's a public area, so he should have really scratched the bonnet because he could have got in trouble. But Christine can't really do anything. So there's all a showdown at night. It's in the garage, isn't it?
Yes, it's in Darnell's garage.
Yeah. So Dennis has got a bulldozer
from somewhere.
Yeah, and he uses Leigh as the bait, really, doesn't he?
Yeah. I mean, he's not very gallant about it.
Yeah.
But not so much. Stand back, ladies. I'm going to take care of this. It's like
yeah. And then a showdown.
Yep.
Well done scenes, and all comes to it really. And this is obviously spoiler heavy. Christine comes to a big smash, and Arnie goes through the window.
He does. He goes right through the windscreen.
Glass through him, and that is kind of the end of him, isn't it?
That is the end of him, yes.
And he flies through the window, but he hugs Leigh as he when he's covered in blood, and he still strokes Christine in a real.
Yeah, I mean that is it's like he has a last hug with her, but the last thing that he touches before he dies is his precious car. And have you noticed? I might be reading too much into this. The sexual overtones of this film. Yes. It's like, have you noticed that the logo of the Plymouth Company on the grill is a V shape? Now I've got a little bit. It's like, is that a bit of a Freudian thing there as he caresses it down the front?
That is definitely what happened. So my last notes on this bit are strokes Christine, dead prick. Cut. Sort of wraps up. Dennis gets the girl. Creepy music plays. They have trouble smashing Christine up, don't they? Because it keeps after.
Well, I mean, it comes out of the crusher, doesn't it? Yeah. In a little block about the size of a sugar cube.
Yeah.
So it's definitely not going to reform itself this time. There's you hear a rock and roll being played, but it's just a guy that works in the junkyard with a ghetto blaster.
As Cop Dean and the two lovers now stand sort of mourning everything, but then it cuts, doesn't it? Yeah, to the crushed up Christine, and then you see a little movement,
little bit of a movement, and then it cuts.
Yes, but to bad to the bone again.
Absolutely.
So bad to the bone.
Ended.
Yes, hour and 50 minutes. Mm-hmm. Doesn't seem that to me. This feels like a 90-minute movie.
Yeah.
As in, I'm not saying it should have been a 90-minute movie. The way it's paced feels to me shorter than that.
Yeah, I think it's a compliment to John Carpenter's filmmaking style. Really, to be fair, he does cut around, scene to scene. It's very snappy. It's like nothing really linked. You don't think, oh, this bit's going on a bit long. Yeah, so it's all very efficient.
Yeah, I mean, it could be told in a kind of 25-minute Twilight Zone episode, this story.
Mm-hmm.
But it doesn't drag out, and it works really well. I mean, we've just gone through the whole plot in about half an hour.
Yeah.
In quite a bit of detail, really.
Yeah.
But, I think it works. And my favourite movies are sort of 90 minutes, really, I think. But with this, the atmosphere works, the pacing works. And what Carpenter does well is some of his movies, like They Live, for example, you've got some slow scenes there to build tension,
mm-hmm.
but they're not dragged out.
No.
It does exactly what it's supposed to.
I don't know whether it's a more of is he just innately good at it, or do you think he has some sort of method of how is he going to get? Would he get bored if something went on a bit?
I think he learnt this skill through having low budgets. I think that, say, a film like Halloween, or even, is it Dark Star?
Yeah.
You know, wants a 90-minute film, hasn't got the budget, learns how to build things, and to get the best out of the time he wants.
Yes.
And I don't think he's ever made, to my knowledge, a film that's been over like 2 hours.
No, I'd have. I mean, I would.
This
have
is
to
probably
look
one
up,
of the longest.
Yeah. I mean, it's certainly. Yeah.
Maybe Starman's 2 hours, thinking about it, but even that I think that's an amazing film.
It's an amazing film, but in my view, it's the most un-John Carpenter film. Really.
Yeah, it's him attempting something different.
Yes.
And, well, saying that, I mean, Invisible Man is probably less of a...
Oh, that is true, actually. Yeah.
But I see Invisible Man or Memoirs of Invisible Man. Check it out. It's all right, actually. It's, Chevy Chase, Daryl Hannah, and what's the guy from Jurassic Park whose name escapes me?
Jeff Goldblum?
No. What is wrong with me? Australian actor.
Sam Neill.
What is wrong with me? And the DVD's there. I could just look at it. And that feels like a hired hand job.
Yeah.
To me, that sounded rude. A hired hand, and whereas Starman feels it is different to his other stuff, but it feels like it's his project.
Yeah.
And I love Starman. That's something I might look at on this podcast, being because it's sci-fi. I want to get hold of some of the TV series they've done, because I've never seen it, and sort of compare.
No, me neither. No.
And the TV series stars, don't know his name, I'm not going to look it up, but the main guy in Airplane, you know, the pilot who who sweats a lot. And,
Also,
he's in Repossessed as well, I believe.
Yeah, and also was in the second story of Cat's Eye when he had to walk around the ledge.
Yes, which might tackle on this at the moment because we're doing Stephen King.
Ooh.
So as Stephen King adaptations go, I really like this.
Yeah, I mean, the thing about Stephen King novels is they're very good novels, but they very rarely, if they're adapted precisely, they very rarely make good viewing. Yeah. I've always thought that.
Hence adaptations. Whereas Sam, who was on the Finner episode, we both enjoyed Finner, as that's a 90-minute film that bombed. Listen to it; it's online now. But he said, and I kind of see this, his favourite adaptations of Stephen King and the mini-series is because they can go into more depth.
Yeah.
Whereas I always watch them, I can separate it from the book. I see it as a different take.
Mm-hmm.
And you can let me know, actually, or let listeners know, what noticeable differences between the book and what works for you.
The main difference, I think, is is the nature of the possession of the car. Whereas in the movie, it's basically has been born bad. A malignant spirit resides within this car. Whereas in the book, it's the ghost of, and he is seen. He's the ghost that his name is Roland LeBay. Now, what they did in the film was they basically put there's two characters, Roland LeBay, who was the brother of George LeBay, who's the one selling the car.
Ah, okay.
So what they've done is basically conflated both characters into one guy in the film, whereas in the book it's the ghost of the guy who did kill himself in the car, and his wife died in there as well, and his daughter. So he's the guy that drives it, basically. Yeah. So that's pretty much the main difference of the car. And also, as a little automobile tidbit, in the book, she's got 4 doors. Because the Plymouth Fury, in fact, was a 4-door car. And the one that's in the film ain't a Plymouth Fury. It's another model.
Okay.
So, there you go.
Yeah.
So that's a little thing.
Yeah. So you feel that works for the film?
Oh, I think it looks the 2-door, was it the I think it's the Plymouth Belvedere they used. In fact, there was 24 cars used for that film.
Oh God.
John Carpenter had to get on the phone a lot and phone around all of California. Has anyone got any Plymouth cars that I can buy to basically wreck?
He made this car extinct.
So I think it looks better as a 2-door fastback than it would have done as a saloon.
So so the car looks better.
Yep.
And with the plot changes, do you think that helps the film flow better?
I think it would have looked really silly if they'd have used a rotting corpse or ghost of a, you know, you'd have thought that was like, is this Creepshow? Or something like that.
That's what I mean, because it's not a comedy, is it? And
no.
Creepshow is, and they can do silly stuff like that. And also, what I'm so impressed with this film is, it works, and it's a film about a killer car.
Yeah.
That should be ridiculous, but it does work.
In fact, I think when Stephen King wrote the book, I can't remember if it was a reviewer or his actual publisher said, "This is the stupidest story I've ever read in my life." Yeah. It's like, this doesn't work. It's a story about a killer car, you know, but it does work.
Yeah.
And I think it works because it's basically well written anyway. Yeah. I think it's because it taps into he's trying to get at the dark side of America's obsession with automobiles, or cars in general, or love affairs with cars, and work in a way that, you know, people can get obsessed.
Yeah, it's about obsession.
It is, yes.
It's about, and there is a lot. I mean, I mentioned the misogynistic stuff. There's a lot of that in there, which comes through with the car.
Absolutely.
And there's a lot of themes to it, and it's not just a silly film about a killer car.
No, but this isn't Killdozer, is it?
No. But it's sold as that to get people in, to get the date crowd in. And stuff.
Absolutely.
And I think it works on every level. Is it the best Stephen King story? No. Is it the best Stephen King film? No. But is it good? Yes.
Yeah, it is.
And so far, I've tackled 3 King in this sort of series I've done. Certainly the most enjoyable out of that. I don't know what order people listen to. I won't tell you which one I've done yet. But I think everything works. John Carpenter is a great director. He's a great horror director. I know he wanted to do more than just horror, but that is what he does best. Mm-hmm. And I think everything came together this movie, which, you know, on the surface is a silly B movie, but with everything it isn't. It's more than that. Not that I'm the wrong person to say silly B movies, because I love stuff like that.
Yeah, what have you got there?
I love Arantula DVD in front of me there. Thanks for pointing out. And 2 Tarantula, the sequels. Steve Guttenberg and Michael Winslow
there you go.
From Police Academy in B movies from the makers of Sharknado. I'm so tempted to do podcasts on them, but I don't know if anyone would listen at all or be interested. But
you should.
I love that stuff. But yeah, this is I'd say top tier King for adaptations. Yeah,
I mean, absolutely. I mean, because it works, because it's better than, it's a bit more streamlined than the novel is. And also, as much as people like to rag on, mention it, Kubrick's version of The Shining.
Yeah.
Not as good as the book, but I actually prefer the Kubrick version a hell of a lot more than I like the official adaptation in the 90s they did of it, which was incredibly boring.
Yeah, that was I watched that when it was on Channel 5, when Channel 5 sort of first started.
Yeah.
And it was boring. But also with this, we mentioned earlier that it was released about 6 months after the book came out. So I reckon he wrote this as an intention for a movie as well.
Yeah.
I think so. He probably, in his mind, thought, right, this is going to be a film. It was probably sold as a film. Must have been before the book came out. When you think of the time.
Yeah, I'd be interested to know when the rights were picked up.
Yeah, so I reckon he wrote it in mind of, and this isn't long before he started writing actual screenplays. There were films that he wrote to be, not many, but ones, was it Sleepwalker or something like that? He wrote as a film. So. Yeah, and he'd had after the success of the earlier films. So I reckon this was a novel written in a way to be a screenplay anyway. So that might be why it works so well as a film.
I think he might have been writing this when he was in a big cloud of stuff that looks like snow.
Yes, but still, with that in mind.
Yes.
He was. I mean, is it Cujo that he reckons he doesn't remember him writing?
Yeah.
And that's a film. I love dogs, and I struggle with that film, but I know it's good, and I need to. But it's not actually. I've been into where you work and asked. I don't know if you was there, but is it available on Blu-ray? And it isn't.
I've never seen it. No, you must have.
Yeah. So hopefully one day someone will give it a special edition. And also with doing these podcasts, it's like the Christina's Indicator have got a great release of it. And before we record this, I should have watched it with the commentary and all that sort of thing. But sometimes that takes it away from actually your feelings about the film if you're listening to other people's
Yeah,
analysis.
if you overanalyze something, you'll probably misremember something. You know, it's like yeah.
But
I don't think I've ever listened to a commentary on a TV.
Really?
No.
I recommend, kind of Stephen King related because of Rob Reiner. My favourite commentary ever is the commentary on Spinal Tap with them in character.
Right.
It's hilarious.
Okey-dokey.
It's like a whole new film, and it's them pointing out, in character. So it's great.
I do have that at home on physical, so I might have a look.
That's worth a listen.
Superb.
And also John Carpenter commentaries, the ones I have listened to, are good. There's one on The Thing, and I think Escape to New York, where he's with Kurt Russell, and they're like having a drink and doing it, and it's just like you're there in a nice conversation about the film. So some of it, then there are some really boring commentaries as well, which.
You have to take the rough with the smooth.
Exactly.
Don't you?
Yeah, and I'm just a nerd, and sometimes if I watch the film a lot, I want to hear the commentaries, but I have turned them off in the past. So also, if I'm just looking at the new release I've got in my flat, I've got the new 4K of Spaceballs, and I haven't opened it yet. But on the DVD, there was a version of it with they're like the Jawa characters. They're
right.
Like,
yeah.
There's a commentary with them just making that noise through the whole thing, which is genius.
Do you reckon you could tolerate that for the entire?
I want to listen to it properly and see where the loop is, because there must be after about a minute. But so physical media, keeping it alive,
keeping it real,
and just
keeps being a job.
Yes. Also, firstly, thank you for coming on again.
No, you're welcome.
And I'll give you a shout when I do another season.
Sorry. There was a couple of other things I wanted to mention.
I was going to ask
just at the tail end.
Questions about Stephen King, but carry on. Go on.
Things that I would never have noticed when I was a kid.
Yeah.
One, in the film, I never noticed until my brother handily pointed out to me, like the know-it-all he is. It's like, have you never noticed that when she's driving, all the windows are blacked out? Of course they are, because it's not a remote-controlled car.
Yeah.
So when it's driving apparently by itself, they had the windows are black. So it's actually driven by the guy that did the stunt coordinator, and he's driving it when it's on fire as well. Yeah. But I've seen some stills of him in the car cockpit in there, full firefighter suit with a respirator, air supply on when he has to drive it when it's on fire.
Yeah, I'm sure you can find these pictures online. I'll have a look and put them up actually as well.
And also, last thing, have you ever noticed that almost all of John Carpenter's films in the 80s use exactly the same font for the credits?
Okay.
Have you noticed that?
No, I haven't, but now I'll have a look.
It starts with Escape from New York.
Yeah.
It's got the same in The Thing. Yeah. And the same with Christine. I believe it might be the same on Big Trouble in Little China. Okay. He's got a certain font letters for when all the credits at the start. So have a look at that next time.
Yeah. Also, is this one of the few John Carpenter films where it hasn't got John Carpenter's and then it doesn't say John Carpenter's Christine, does it? Or does it?
Oh, does it?
I don't.
Is that a Mandela effect?
I don't. I'm not. I don't think it. That's one for us all to check when you rewatch this. And also, we haven't mentioned Arnie's played by the excellent Keith Gordon.
Yes.
From the likes of Jaws 2. I done it for my old podcast, ACM's Vault Cult. I done an episode on the legend of Billie Jean. He's in that, and he's now a director, isn't he?
Yes, he is. Yeah.
He done Waking the Dead, which is a really good film, and episodes of Fargo, loads of stuff. So check out Keith Gordon. He's really good at it. He is. And Dennis is John Stockwell, who's in Top Gun and Nixon and loads of stuff. But I never really recognised him in anything other than this.
And also, reading an interview with Alexandra Poole, she was really intimidated by John Stockwell.
Really?
She found him very full on and a little bit scary, which doesn't really come over in the film. But also, she was going out with the guy that played Buddy Repperton at the time, who obviously wasn't intimidating at all. So, so she was going out with old John Travolta.
Yeah. So have you seen him now? He's still about big old fella, isn't he?
Yeah.
And but for me, she was in Baywatch. She's in this, but she's always been the Virgin Connie Swell from Dragnet. If you've seen that movie, you'll get that quote. Thank you very much for joining me.
No worries, man.
Just for our listeners, can you recommend 2 other Stephen King adaptations that apart from The Shining, which you already mentioned, that they should watch?
Well, definitely the Salem's Lot mini-series.
Yeah.
And I should say Cat's Eye.
Cat. So that's an underrated one.
I love that film.
That
Well, I love 2/3 of that film, and the last bit's a bit silly. But the initial two stories from his, I believe they're both taken from his short stories collection, Night Shift.
Yes.
So Quitters Incorporated and The Ledge.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're brilliant.
And if you've not seen Cat's Eye, I don't know where it is on streaming or anything, but it's available. It's just had last year it had a Blu-ray release for the first time, so that's how to get hold of. I've got that. I might do an episode on that one.
Yeah, check it out. It's a cult classic.
Yeah, and if you want to watch Christine and you haven't got it, it's available to rent on Apple TV stores, Google, Amazon Video, and you can buy it on the same, or you can pick up a physical copy from places such as HMV.
Yeah, come and see me.
Yeah. Thank you very much, mate.
No worries, always a pleasure.
Thank you all for listening. I really enjoyed that. Good to have Leigh back and hopefully get him back again very soon. Don't forget to follow us on the socials. We're on there, page of pictures to go alongside, like as I mentioned before. Also, please do like, share, rate. The higher the ratings, the better for us, really. It helps grow the pod and get more people talking, hopefully get some more guests on as well. And there'll be more Stephen King episodes soon. Also, there'll be more episodes on the Tommy A franchise, the J horror. I'm doing them with Adam Wybray at the moment. There's a couple of episodes up already. I've just released a special from the Horrified Horror Festival with Sam, who's a regular guest now. So if you haven't heard that, check that out. But thank you all for listening, and please, thanks for those who already have spread the word. And if you can keep doing it, that would be great. We just do it for a laugh. It's nice to have people talking. One of the guests I've got coming up soon is Vic from The Criminal Crack is coming back to talk about The Green Mile as part of this series. Don't know when that'll be, but hopefully we'll get on it soon. Stay listening until after the theme on here, and there'll be Vic and Jem talking about the podcast just very briefly. Hopefully I'm going to get them both back on for another episode soon. Something a bit more family friendly, as last time we spoke about Henry, the portrait of the serial killer, which was a bit grim, and we want to do something a bit more lighthearted. Horror and sci-fi doesn't always have to be gruesome. I've been Andy Martin. This has been Beyond Graves and Stars. Thank you all very much. Keep on looking to the skies and keep on looking to the graves, I suppose. Thank you all.
Hi, I'm Jem.
And I'm Victoria.
And we are childhood best friends with a true crime podcast called
The Criminal Crack. During each episode, one of us presents a true crime case to the other.
And the listener has no idea what the case will be.
So every reaction, question and twisted theory you hear is genuine and off the cuff.
So join us fortnightly on the platform of your choice.
And find us on Facebook, Instagram and TikTok by searching @The Criminal Crack.
Bye-bye.
Keep on trucking.